1:27 to go. McNabb dropping foot. It's intercepted at the 10 to the 20.
He's gone.
Going coast to coast. Rodney Barber to the 50 to the 40. Barber to the 30. Nobody's going to touch him. Rodney Barber 10-5. Super Bowl, and they're trying to win it for us. Third down, 18, dropping Gannon, looking Gannon, throws up the middle. It's intercepted at the 40. Derek Brooks 30, Brooks to the 25, 20. Derek Brooks all the way. There it is. The dagger's in. We're going to win the Super Bowl. And Alston over the top. Second effort. He's got it. We think. They think they can. There it is. That's the point triumph. He's sacked at the 41-yard line. That time the blitz pays off. And down and 10. Blitz coming. Heineke flushed it. He's sacked at the 41-yard line. That time the blitz pays off. And Levante David has a quarterback sack. Here's the snap. Play action fake. Brady looking. Throws toward the end zone. Caught ball. Touchdown Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rob Gronkowski's got 2 today. Chiefs dropping to throw Mahomes. We run a stunt, and we sack him at the 50-yard line. Wow, he's clobbered. Fumble the football, recovered by the line. There's the snap. Mahomes running to his right. Look out, he may run. Mahomes directly goes toward the end down. Batted, intercepted, picked off in the end zone. Bucs are going to beat the Chiefs. We're the champions of the world, and we still have 1:33 to go. Devin White, what a great second season. Here's the snap. Brady dropping, looking. Brady throws. Caught ball. It's caught. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Rachaad White. Touchdown Buccaneers. Fire the cannons. Bucs tie the game at 16. Down goal the snap. Brady's going to throw. Looking. Throws a dart. It's caught. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin. He makes the catch right beneath the goalpost. Mayfield has time, cocks the arm, runs the ball. He's going to run to the 30. He runs to the 35. He has a first down. Wow. Iffy ankle. Bruised ribs. He's got guts. Big guys up front. Bucs dig in. 2-point try. Push. And I don't know if he got it. They have not indicated yet. He did not get it in. In motion, Shepard to the left. We fake the end around, hand the ball off, running to the right. Irving inside the 10 to the 5. 3-2-1. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving takes it to the house. Second down, 10. Rachaad White now in the backfield. Baker Mayfield throws the sideline route outfield. Caught ball to the 5. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Mike Evans does it again. Fire the cannons, Bucs. Here's the snap to Rattler. Here comes pressure. Gets the pass. Near sideline. Incomplete pass. Bucs take the ball away. On downs. Now in motion. Mike Evans drifts over to the left slot. Baker Mayfield shotgun. They know what we're going to do. Baker Mayfield looks, throws the ball to caught ball. Evans, he's got it to the 40-yard line. 1,000 plus Mike Evans. 11 seasons in a row. How about them Buccaneers?
What is going on, Buccaneer Nation? Louie here with the Frozen Pirate Podcast. Happy to be with you guys on a victory Sunday. Yes, there was a preseason game yesterday. Buccaneers take a win over the Titans, and I get it. It's the preseason. But it was exciting to watch Buccaneers football, and I'm going to be breaking down the preseason, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm also going to be joined by none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Leo Haggerty. But before I bring him in to discuss this preseason football, you guys are going to have to bear with me. We have some new technology here. Just ended up buying a new laptop because the other one just wasn't cutting it. Start of the new season. So, yeah, why not? Right, guys? Hope you guys are all doing well out there. But before we get into anything else, guys, go like and subscribe to the Frozen Pirate Podcast on YouTube. I know I've been saying about the free jersey giveaway. We are going to be doing that. Just like I said, a little bit of delays here with some stuff and redoing some stuff. Just busy. You know, dad life, being a husband, working full time, and then obviously taking the time out and hanging out with you guys to do this stuff. So make sure you guys go like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Means a great deal to me. But without further ado, let's bring him in, Mr. Leo Haggerty. Leo, what's going on, man? How you doing?
A victory Sunday, as you said, Louie. Again, the prime directive isn't winning. It's nice, but you wanted to see what those guys could do, and we saw a lot of splash plays by a lot of different people Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, man. And the Buccaneers, they sank the Titans, man, 29-7. I get it. It's only preseason, Leo, but I really liked what I saw. Not only out from the offense, but the defense, that depth. And this is something that I've been talking about last year. I was concerned about what, Leo, the depth of the team, watching the preseason, watching the defense. Now I'm starting to see guys like a J.J. Roberts and a Nick Jackson, and these guys are stepping up and they're making plays. I get it. It's against second and third string guys, but you see what these guys are doing. Like, they're dominating the guys that they're supposed to be dominating. I got to ask you, Leo, how did you feel about Kyle Trask's debut, if you will? We got to get that right off the table first and foremost, because a lot of people, we just signed Teddy Bridgewater, you know, and then they have a couple of other quarterbacks on the roster, and a lot of people were unsure about Kyle Trask, including myself. But 12 for 16, 129 yards, 98.2 passer rating. What'd you think?
You know what Kyle Trask did? He said two words to everybody who was a critic: shut up.
Yeah.
He's 12 of 16. His longest pass of the day was his first one, hit McMillan. And again, there were two or three times, Louis, he was looking down the barrel and took vicious hits and hung in there to complete passes. So, and again, I asked him yesterday, I said, were a lot of these your first progressions, or did you have to work through? He said there was probably a little bit of both. That, yeah, I had a lot of first looks, boom, boom, but I had to go to second and third progressions. And again, having the time was huge. But I think it answered a lot of questions. He's still Mr. August. You know, that's the biggest problem, that we don't know what he's going to do when the bullets are flying for real. But you know what? That's the Bucs' problem. They had this chance for years to find out, and they didn't.
Yeah. I think he looked really good, Leo. I mean, he took a sack where he should have, you know, threw the ball away. But I thought he played very well. I thought he went through his reads very well. I'm pretty confident of him being the backup if anything happens to Baker Mayfield, God forbid. And I think Baker's going to have a long, healthy season. But I really liked what I saw from Trask. I really did. And I don't want anybody out there thinking that I'm jumping on the Trask train. I want him to start. But I think as far as if Baker was to get hurt, I'm confident that Kyle Trask can come in there for a game or two and do the work that he needs to do to get this team a couple of wins here and there, depending if Baker gets hurt or not. But I have to say, too, the Buccaneers, their receivers, man, they showed up. Emeka Egbuka with a great catch, a couple of great catches from Emeka Egbuka. Jalen McMillan, who nobody really – is talking about. Everybody's kind of on the Emeka Egbuka thing, but Jalen McMillan looked good.
Oh, yeah. Everybody looked good. And, you know, Miller has 6 receptions, 7 targets, 6 receptions. Gets banged up. They thought he had a concussion, said no, come back on, get hit again. Big time.
Yeah.
But you know what? Louie, I'm going to disagree with you on one thing. That sack was unavoidable because he was between the tackles. He couldn't get outside to throw the ball away. So, everybody said, okay, why did he take the sack? Well, he had no choice. If you're between the tackles, you just can't throw it away. So instead of getting a 15-yard penalty or a 10-yard penalty, he took a 7-yard sack. Okay.
Yes.
I can live with that. But again, he ran the offense. 17-play drive, 10 minutes, 48 seconds. My Lord, I haven't seen that in a while in Tampa Bay, that's for sure.
Yeah, Coach Josh Grizzard I'm impressed. I'm impressed on some of the play calls that he put out there. As a play caller, I liked what I saw. I mean, I know it's the first game, but he wasn't afraid to go out there and tell Trask first play, hey, let's throw the ball to McMillan down the middle. Hey, let's air it out a little bit. I like that. Hopefully, I don't want to see him get too overly aggressive like that, but because we have a great running back room and it just got even better with the other kid there. What's his name? Owen Wright.
Owen Wright.
He looked fantastic. Sean Tucker also looked fantastic. Owen Wright, I believe, what was it? Yeah, Owen Wright, 87 yards rushing, technically 3 touchdowns. He ran it in the end zone 3 times, but 2 of them were penalties. But he looked good. Sean Tucker looked good. The offense is clicking, man. Like they look good. And Josh Grizzard, I'm really impressed with what he was doing with that team. What do you say?
Yeah, and considering Bucky Irving didn't take a snap, that it's a really good performance by the Buccaneers offense. Again, I felt so sorry for Wright because he scores twice on the same play and they call holding. And it was holding. There was no that the edge guy was being held both times. But he finally got his score. But when you look at what happened, it was a much closer game than people thought. Again, it's a one-score game until the fourth quarter, scoreless third period, and then all of a sudden, fourth period comes around. The Bucs get a field goal, they get another field goal, they get a pick six. So yeah, it was a little bit, 2 touchdowns, a field goal, but it was a lot closer than 29-7. And I asked Coach Bowles, I said, anytime you hold a team to single digits, that has to be a plus, right? Oh, yeah, absolutely. You hold teams under 10, you don't win a lot of NFL games.
No. Like I said, I was impressed, especially with the defense. The defense looks really good. Jacob Parrish, what do we make about this kid, Leo? He went in there. He started multiple pass breakups. Does not play like he's 5'10". He plays like he's 6'5". Like the kid's fearless. He's strong. What do you say about Jacob Parrish in his debut in the preseason?
Yeah, I was hoping to see Morrison, but he was banged up.
Yeah,
and couldn't play. But when you look at what the Bucs are doing, they did a great job of getting those guys, second and third teamers, into the game, into the action, into the fray, to see what they could do. And for the most part on defense, it was amazing what they were doing. I tell you what, the funny thing was the first obvious pass play, Cam Ward comes out, and there's nobody in the A or B gap. Nobody. They're all out in 7 and 9 techniques, and they run a twist. I mean, hello, welcome to this world. And, right. I tell you what, Cam Ward had some really nice touch passes on the drive they scored on. I mean, the Bucs are in perfect position. There's a guy in front in the cover 2. He's squatting in the right area. Throws it over top of one in front of the other. And you know what? Sometimes you got to take the hat off to the guy and say, hey, nice play. And what I like about what's going on with Tampa Bay, and I said this on Peter's show the other night, 4 words: quietly under the radar. There's no bulletin board material going up. There's no controversy. Everybody's in. They got a couple guys banged up. White got banged up a little bit, so we'll have to see what happens with that. But Nothing it looks like that's major, and that's
Right.
the.
Yeah, I was watching the game last night, Leo. And for those of you who follow me on X, I actually had the projector outside. I had a nice little fire going outside. And I was just kind of relaxing and unwinding a nice Saturday, just watching the game. And I was just happy that football's back. And what made me even ecstatic was the play of this team, the depth of this team. Shiloh came in on a blitz, tagged the quarterback pretty good. You like to see that. He lowered his shoulder a little bit. I like that. Missed a couple of opportunities. It's unfortunate. What is your take on Shiloh after seeing him play in a Buccaneers uniform for the first time and seeing some on the field action against a different team? What do you make of it? Do you think he's going to make the team, or do you think he's kind of on the outside?
He's on the bubble, that's for sure. But again, the biggest problem is, let's be honest, if this team stays healthy, they're loaded. They got athletes over the place. Again, the key is they got to stay healthy. They got to 6 upright, 13 and 14 got to play. And you know what? We were talking up in the press box with Ira Kaufman. I said, Ira, when Godwin comes back and they go 4 wide and they go with Evans, Godwin, Ibuka, and McMillan, who do you cover?
Only that, well,
if you go trips one side and put Evans on the other side, that's guaranteeing single coverage.
Yeah.
So,
well, a lot of people too. And speaking of injuries, Rashad White hurt his groin a little bit. He came out of the game. I'm not too worried about that, like I said, because again, Owen Wright looks fantastic. Sean Tucker looks fantastic, and we know what Bucky can do. A guy, Ryan Miller, 6 catches, 66 yards, led the wide receiving room for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night. I'm really impressed in what this kid can do. I really am. I think Sterling Shepard, guys like that are probably on the outside now. And there's the other kid there. What's his name? He transitioned into a wide receiver. He was a quarter. Oh, Garrett Green, I believe. Yeah, Garrett Green. He caught a couple of balls. I was really impressed with him, Culp, and Ryan. Really, mostly Ryan Miller. He came up key in some of those catches. Just went out and grabbed it. But he did take a scary shot. They cleared him. Said no concussion, went back in the game, took another shot.
Yeah.
That was a little, if I'm Bulls there, again, we talked about this quality control and all this other stuff. That's the only gripe I have with Coach Bowles is putting him back out there. I know he was fine, but this is preseason. Once you see a guy like that take a shot like that, I'm pulling him out. You have 3 or 4 other guys on the sideline ready to go. With Raheem Jarrett and a few others. What was your take on that? How did you feel about seeing him go back out there and taking another shot?
Well, right now, they're going to have – it's not going to be the coach who puts him back in. It's going to be the medical staff that says, okay, he's cleared. And believe me, the concussion protocol is phenomenal. You got to go through a series of answering questions in terms of what you did. Like they'll put it out like 2 weeks before. They'll go through the protocol, and then they'll start asking you the same questions that you know the answer to. You don't know the answer to, hey, sit down, pal. You're done.
Oh, yeah.
And believe me, the catches Miller was making were contested catches. He wasn't having any easy one. It was over the middle, and he was getting popped.
Oh, yeah.
And he held on to everything. So that was huge.
Yeah, again, to your point, too, they were talking about the concussion situation, how concussions are actually down greatly, especially with the new equipment, the new helmets, and et cetera. I love to see that because, with the CTE stuff, you see what these players are going through. It's a scary thing. But Miller, I think, can play a really crucial role for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's one of those guys, when the Bucs are kind of like behind a little bit or our team's behind, he's one of those guys that kind of come out of nowhere for that 1 or 2 games and make some key catches. For the Patriots, it was Chris Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Just out of nowhere, he makes these great contested catches. I think Ryan Miller can be that guy for the Tampa Bay Bucs, especially with Godwin being out and especially with, this young group of wide receivers for the Tampa Bay Bucs. Let's talk about this real quickly. because we got 10 minutes, and I'm not going to bore anybody. It's preseason. We're going to make these streams a little bit shorter than normal.
Can I jump off topic for a minute?
Absolutely.
Breaking news. Hey, guys. Shedeur Sanders is for real.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it.
Here's why. All he did in college behind a very porous offensive line and with no running game, he produced 60% of his passes, completion rate. Guys don't do that in college. They're in the 50s, low 60s. He was like 64, 65. All he did was the same thing. Why is everybody down on this kid?
I don't know.
All he's doing is what I am going to predict now. Shedeur Sanders is going to make the Cleveland Browns, and he's probably going to be the starter by week 5 or 6 because Joe Flacco, you want to keep him around to tell the guy how to be a pro. But you know what? They better go 5-0 out of the gate because first time they lose a game, the fans will be clamoring, especially after he just didn't survive. He thrived.
Right. Yeah. Again, I never understood why he dropped as far as he dropped. I mean, I understand it's the attitude, it's the smugness, whatever. I completely understand that. But I agree with you, Leo. I don't think he's going to start week 1. I think the Browns, again, they'd have to go 5-0 for him not to start week 1. I mean, for him to start. But if they come to a point where they have one game in 5 weeks that they've won, you got to put this kid in there. Honestly, if he can show Leo, he looked really comfortable in that pocket and he threw at ease. Like it was nothing. The pressure didn't faze him. He knew where to put the ball. I honestly believe if they don't start this kid, if he continues to have performances the way he has in the preseason, the next preseason game and the preseason game after that, he's got to be a week 1 starter. Those fans are going to lose their shit because I do think that he could turn around. He's got a good supporting cast there. He's got a really good tight end in David Njoku, who I think is very underrated. I think he's a fantastic tight end, and they have a pretty good defense out there in Cleveland. I think he can hang in the AFC North.
Defense out there.
So, and defense is what helps you keeps you in games. So I'm telling you, this kid, he can run, he can throw. I don't understand why people feel a certain way about him. I mean, I say it's the attitude, but it seems like he kind of calmed down a little bit. As long as he can produce on the field and he can keep his nose clean off the field, I don't see why not. He's not your week 1 starter. But then again, this is the reason why the Cleveland Browns are always in the situations that they're in every year. Just the lack of judgment, if you will. I mean, that's your guy week 1, right?
I don't think he's your guy week 1 because I don't want to. I mean, look at the rookie quarterbacks last year. The only one who succeeded was Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, Caleb Williams is a bust, whether people want to admit it or not. You know, everybody could tell, hey, great talent. You need more than talent to be a quarterback.
Yeah,
the kid, he's I think what hurt him is that offensive line out in Chicago was so bad.
Yeah.
He had so many bad things he had to do just to survive that Ben Johnson now is trying to de-teach, to get rid. It's almost like a detox program, you know. Hey, let's get this out of you so it can happen. But you know what, Louie, when you look around the league, but let's look around just the NFC South, okay? The Saints, they're not. They don't look like they're going to be too good.
No.
Carolina should be better. Atlanta should be better. But if everybody stays healthy, if everybody, you know, if they lose guys that aren't core pieces, the Bucs should win this division.
Oh, with ease. I agree with you. The only thing that's holding the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back is injuries. And last week, if you guys haven't checked it out, around the NFL, Jamie and Dino are back. We like to break down things from some of the top news around the NFL. It's kind of like, barbershop / barroom talk. If you guys are into that type of thing, it's kind of laid back, unedited, unfiltered. We're talking about the Bucs. And both of them, well, not both of them, Dino seems to think that the Buccaneers are not a Super Bowl contention team. And there's a few people that feel the same way. Look, this is where I'm at. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. The only thing that's holding back this team is injuries. This team, to me, I expect NFC Championship game appearance from this Buccaneer team. Why not? You have one of the best wide receiver rooms of all of football. You have a three-headed monster at running back. You have awesome depth there. The tight end room is very underrated, in my opinion. Colt and Cade Otton and Payne Durham are really going to succeed this year, in my opinion. They're all going to play a valuable role to this offense. But one thing that nobody's given this team really credit for outside anybody in the Tampa Bay media market is the offensive line is very good. And that's key for your running backs, for your quarterback, giving your quarterback time. A lot of people are not really talking about how good this offensive line is. Not only that, if the defense gets it together, which it looks like they've got it together, and they have young, like I said it last week, they have a good infusion of youth on this defense. And Hassan Reddick, dare I say, I think he's going to be the difference maker on this team.
They got the right guy, Louie.
Yep, he's going to be the difference maker.
Philadelphia. I saw what he did at Temple when he was playing against USF. Wind him up. Let him go. That's all you want to do.
Yeah, and the defense has got a lot of depth at corner. J.J. Roberts looks good. Like the safeties look good. And you didn't even see the full lineup last night. And that's the scary part. They look good. Like I said, a lot of people kind of tend to just watch the preseason for a couple of minutes and that's it. Now, I watched the full game and I was really, really impressed and what I see. Leo, I know you got to run. What do you got going on?
Let me, get rid of some of these rumors that are coming out. Are the Bucs Super Bowl contenders? Anybody that makes the playoffs is, yes, they are. What's the worst thing that can happen to Tampa Bay is to get in the playoffs and play the Commanders again. Because you just can't play anything but a soft cover 2 against Jaden Daniels. Because if you're playing man and he breaks contain, and he's going to break contain every now and then. We saw what happened when he was in college at Florida, 85 yards untouched. That's why you got to play a soft cover 2. So, again, can the Bucs make the playoffs? Yes, they can win the division. Can they make a deep run? Well, you want to define deep run. Can they win a first-round game? Yes. Can they be competitive in a second? Yeah, possibly win. I'll tell you what, it all depends on who's on the other side of the football. If it's the Eagles, if it's the Lions, and you got to go through that, round of games with those two teams, not only do you got to beat them, but you got to keep from getting beat up.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest thing. We were talking the other day about when the Bucs won their first Super Bowl. They beat the 49ers. They beat the Eagles. They beat the Raiders, all teams that John Gruden had coached. But one thing they didn't talk about is the only reason the 49ers were there was a really bad call
against the Giants. I remember that.
Had the bad snap on and the guy, it's definitely pass interference because the 49ers coming in to play Tampa Bay were not physical. They were finesse. If the Giants would have showed up, that'd have been a war. And that may have taken a lot out of the Bucs. So, and again, the team they didn't want to see play that year, Louie? The Saints. The Saints owned them.
Swept them. They swept them. I remember that. Yeah, like I said, Leo, I'm expecting a deep run from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm expecting an NFC Championship game, in my opinion, because they have the team, they have the players, and they have, most importantly, the coaches to do so and the training staff to do so to keep these guys healthy. I'm really excited for the season. It's only week 1 of the preseason. I really love what I've seen, Leo. I'm curious to see what we're going to see next week. against, what is it, the Steelers. They're going to play Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not going to play. That's going to be strange seeing him in a Steelers uniform. But I'm curious to see how they're going to look next week. What they're going to do. I mean, I want to continue seeing Jacob Parrish. I want to see Benjamin Morrison now. I want to see what he can do, and I want to see the progression of Shiloh Sanders, because I do think he made a couple of good plays there. I think maybe Todd Bowles does keep him on the 53-man roster. I really do. But we shall see. We shall see week 2. We got our little fix, so I'm happy about it. Leo, what do you got going on with the Amped Up Sports?
Well, the website just became live yesterday.
Nice.
So got a lot of stuff up there. I got the game replay up there already from last night. I got one more post. I got to put up one more video for today, because now, and I told this to Nelson Luis with the Buccaneers. I said, once you guys start playing, you're going to get a daily article, something about the Buccaneers. So look for that until hopefully February, if they're still playing.
I hope so too, Leo. I hope so too. All right, Leo, I know you. Go ahead.
Circle it on the calendar.
What's that? What'd you say? You broke out.
When are you coming down to Tampa so I can make sure I'm here for that date?
So we're planning on going down there for the Buccaneers and Patriots. I think that's November 16th, if I'm not mistaken. I have the schedule here somewhere.
Hey, real quick while you're doing that. 12-foot statue of Tom Brady outside of
Gillette. We're actually next Saturday. We're gonna take a trip up there to go check it out. And Aubrey, the wife, she wants to check it out. I kind of want to check it out too, just to see. It's a 12-foot statue, so I'll make sure I throw a beer can at it, like he said. I'm not a Jets fan. I'm just kidding. No, I'm interested to seeing it. I think it's cool that they did that. They should have kind of waited to do that. I think week 1 of the home opener. I think that would have really gave that team some juice. But the Patriots look good too, man. They got the kid, the second rounder out of Ohio State, to start the game, kick return right to the end zone, 100 yards. So it's interesting to see their journey as well this year. But yeah, definitely next Saturday we're going to go check out the statue. So I will be down in Tampa November 9th for the Buccaneers and Patriots. And then my birthday week is the Thursday night game against the Atlanta Falcons, December 11th. So I'm definitely going to be down there for that one.
Let me circle out on the calendar, big boy. Hey, Louie, thanks for having me on, my friend.
Absolutely. Anytime, Leo. See you Thursday.
Take care, buddy.
Take care. Leo Haggerty, guys, of Amped Up Sports. If you haven't, make sure you guys go follow him. Look up Amped Up Sports. As you know, the website went live. Leo, like I said, very knowledgeable guy on a lot of stuff. Love talking Buccaneer football with him. Love talking sports with him, period. He just knows his shit. All right, let's get to the comments. I'm not ignoring you guys. I just do things a little bit different here on the Frozen Pirate podcast. Christopher Cole, what's going on, brother? Louie, what's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Abraham, what's going on, Abraham? Louie, how about Shiloh and Nick Jackson? I really like Shiloh's debut. I feel like he could have done a little bit more. Nick Jackson had some key plays too. Excited, very excited for the depth on this team. I keep saying this, guys. If you want to see how far the team's going to go, you got to watch the preseason. Look, you're starting to get familiar with the names. I'm telling you, this, like, it's depth, because when you have key injuries, major injuries, stuff like that, and you don't have guys to step up, your season's – sorry, kids, earmuffs. Your season's fucked. Look at the Lions. Look what happened to the Buccaneers. That's just the way it is, you know. And you take a look at some of the running backs that we have on this team with Owen Wilson, I believe his name is. The kid was a beast. That's 4 running backs. I mean, maybe it was just that one game, but we'll see, because it's the preseason and when we get a better look at these guys. Listen, I don't want to see Rashad White anymore. I don't want to see Bucky Irvin. I want to see these running backs here. I want to see Sean Tucker run the ball a little bit more. I want to see Wilson run the football a little bit more. You know, I want to see the younger linebackers. I want to see Jacob Parrish. I want to see Benjamin Morrison. I want to see these guys. I know what the starters can do. I know what they can do. So that's that. Christopher Cole. Braswell might not have had the sacks, but he had lots of pressures. He did. I'm impressed with Braswell. I think he did all right. They put a lot of pressure on the team, on the Titans. And mind you, this is a third string quarterback. And, they did put a lot of pressure. I'm expecting – I need to see sacks, man. I need to see guys really wrapping up the quarterback. I love the turnovers, 3 interceptions by the defense. I love what the Buccaneers did. But I need to see some sacks. Offensive line depth. Abraham says offensive line depth is solid. Elijah Klein, Jake Majors, and Luke Haggard. I keep saying this. I'm very impressed with the offensive line, even the backups, because we all know that's a position for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that tends a couple of guys go down. I like what I see, guys, and you guys should too. All right, guys. Like I said, I wasn't going to take up too much of your time. We're still getting everything worked out here with the Frozen Pirate podcast. It is just the Frozen Pirate podcast moving forward. You'll still see me doing guest appearances here and there on the sports web, but the football season is now started. So the Frozen Pirate podcast is going to launch in a different direction. A lot of cool guests that I'm going to be having. I got a couple of guys in the works that I'd like to get on the show. We're just going to be doing a lot of collaborations with everybody out there because we're all a little community with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And yeah, I'm excited for this season. Week 1 of the preseason is in the books. I am very impressed with what I saw. I really my standout for me was Jacob Parrish. What he did, just locking down guys that he should lock down. These are second and third and fourth string receivers that he's locking down. That's the way you got to do it. If he was struggling against these guys, then I'd say, all right, I'm not really too fond of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not too excited for him. But watching him, what he did with these third and fourth and fifth string wide receivers, that's what you want to see. Just domination on all ends, on both sides of the football, even special teams too. They got to get a better kick returner back there too, because Raheem Jarrett, I think he's a guy that's on the outside looking in too. I don't think he's the guy. I hate to say it, but on some of those kick returns, I wasn't really impressed. Somebody's got to take it back to the house. Anybody. Come on. Somebody's got to take it back to the house. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tag me on social media, the Frozen Pirate Podcast, on Instagram, on X, it's Louie FPP. And make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. I promise you, we're doing the free jersey giveaway. It's just, again, going back to what I was saying, basically restarting everything all over again with the Frozen Pirate Podcast. We have some new equipment here, new laptop, new everything. And I'm very excited about it. We got some cool layouts designed for these shows for you guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned. That's why you have to follow me on X and on Instagram. Around the NFL is back. Yeah, you know that show where Dino, myself, and Jamie kind of get a little testy sometimes, and we curse a little bit, but that's what it's about. It's unfiltered, and we know you guys like that stuff. And basically, for those of you guys who are new to the Frozen Pirate Podcast, Around the NFL is kind of like a sister show to the Frozen Pirate Podcast. We kind of just, Jamie's a Bears fan, Dino's a Redskins fan / Commanders / football team, whatever you guys want to call them, and we all kind of just, as fans of the game, we talk our shit about what's going on around the NFL. And that's why it's called Around the NFL. Around the NFL Live. Sorry, Jamie. But yeah, you're going to see Around the NFL Live this week, to be determined, a time and date, just because we're busy. We got schedules. And obviously with the Frozen Pirate Podcast, I'm going to be doing 3 to 4 shows a week. There's a lot going on. And like I said, guys, I'm not bullshitting you. We're going to be doing a free jersey giveaway. You just have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. You have to share the stuff. And I kind of have a few people in mind that I kind of want to give a free jersey away to. I know I see the people who follow the show. I see the people who share and like the content, and I appreciate it. Stuff like that goes a long way. But that's all I got. Make sure you guys are like and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. That helps out a great deal. And we will be back later on this week with Around the NFL. And I'll have Leo on Thursday. We'll get ready to break down the Buccaneers game against the Steelers, what he would like to see, what I would like to see. And then maybe after the week after that, I'm going to try and bring in a special guest and see what people's availability is, because we have a lot to talk about. The NFL season is weeks away. Will the Tampa Bay Buccaneers be a Super Bowl contender, or will they be a bust? The season can go in many different directions. It could be a 13-4 season with a Super Bowl appearance, or it could be a bad season. Well, we don't know, and that's the beauty of it. Hopefully a Super Bowl appearance, because I'd like to see another Super Bowl for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in my lifetime. But that's all I got, guys. Thank you guys for giving up your time. We know you have a lot of options out there for podcasts for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but for you guys to be out here with us, appreciate it, man. Like I said, fire the cannons. Let's go Bucks and fuck the Saints. Peace.